Hello everyone, good evening. First of all, sorry for delay in coming live this evening because of some technical challenges that I was facing. Apologies for this delay. Today, let me ask you two questions to begin with. Has it ever happened with you that at your workplace you felt completely lack of energy and thereby could not able to concentrate on your work? Has it ever happened with you that you didn't like the working atmosphere in your organization and thereby you could not able to give your 100% to your work? If so, you're at the right place because that's the topic we are going to discuss today. Hello everyone, good evening. My name is Ritiman Chakrabarti. I'm an author and a self-mastery coach. I work with young professionals, helping them growing in their career. So every Sunday, I come live to talk on a particular topic which impacts the growth in your career. So today, normally I do come at 10 p.m. Today I'm late because of some technical issue that I was facing. But anyway, since I'm live now, let's start the discussion. Today, we are going to talk about this particular aspect of you not at your peak stage of energy or peak state of your mind. The thing that we call about your well-being. So what is that well-being all about? So today we will look into this particular aspect from three perspectives. Number one, what is well-being all about? What are the things which gets impacted if the well-being is getting impacted? And number three, how to achieve your personal well-being, which can help you grow in your career. First thing first, let's understand what well-being is all about. Well, before we go into the subject of what is well-being, let me share something, a particular theory which I found very, very interesting. So there is one social psychologist by the name Douglas McGregor. So a few years back, he brought in a concept called Theory X and Theory Y. What are these two theories? These two theories uh, believe in a contrasting set of assumptions about people working in organizations and how the management looks at those employees. So, one type of management which falls into the category X, they do believe that in general, employees are not motivated. They don't like working. So thereby, this category of management believes in the theory of carrot and stick. And you know what I mean. They do believe that to get the job out of an employee, you have to show them the carrot, and then only they will work, otherwise they will not work. And at the same time, there is theory Y. Management falling into theory Y category, they do assume that employees are self motivated. They love to work. And because of that particular assumption, this type of management have trust on the employees and gives them accountability and responsibility, allows them to do the things that they love to do. So why it is important for us to understand this theory X and theory Y? Because when we talk about employee well-being, Basis employee well-being, many employees do decide that whether they are satisfied in their job or not. And somewhere, whether you are satisfied in your job or not, possibly will be related to the management following theory X or theory Y. Well, that's about the management of the organization of which you are a part of. Your management might be doing their own things in bringing employee well-being. The question is whether well-being is important for your career growth, your individual career growth, because we are more concerned about your success in your career. There are things that organizations will be doing, but what we are interested to know is uh, what is this well-being for us and what we should do about it. Let us also look into another aspect, that if the well-being is not there, then how it impacts your career and why well-being is important, why your personal well-being is important for your career. Just imagine a situation that you are supposed to submit a very important task to your management, and on that particular day you're not feeling good mentally, emotionally. There is something happened in your life which has impacted your mental well-being, your peace of mind. On that particular day, with that particular mental stage, do you think that you'll be able to give your 100% productivity? Do you think that you'll be able to give your 100% quality of work? Not really, right? You might be thinking, well, I always give my 100%. Well, that's a different thing. You give your 100%. But whether giving that 100% will be bringing the same quality result compared to another day when you are in a happy mood? No, my dear friend, there will be a difference in the quality, difference in the result that you do deliver, which means that your state of mind is impacting the quality of work that you are doing. And that quality of work is impacting your career progression in the organization. What can be some few other situations if your well-being is not maintained at the peak level? Possibly you start an argument with one of your colleague because you're not in a good mood and this person is talking to you. Possibly the person has used uh, some word which you didn't like, and immediately you burst out. And that bursting out has happened because you were not in peace of mind. And that particular incidence with your colleague possibly may impact your career progression. What might also happen? You are in a not good mood. You are in not the best of your health. And thereby, when you are talking to a very important client, very important customer, you could not able to talk to that person in a peaceful manner, in a professional manner, and that impacted the relationship of that customer with your organization, and thereby it impacted your career. So friends, that's how a level of your well-being has got a direct relationship with the quality of service, quality of work that you do, and your quality of work, quality of service has got a direct relationship with the success of career that you are dreaming about, that you are planning for yourself. Thereby, we say that your personal well being is so very important in your career. And when we talk about well being, this well being can be defined broadly into three aspects. Normally, when somebody talks about that, are you happy in your work? Mostly people think that the happiness comes from the amount of salary that you're drawing, that the amount of the perks and the benefits that the organization has given you. But is it all about your satisfaction at the job? You know it better, right? When you get into a new job, possibly when you get a salary hike, maybe the first few days, it gives you happiness. But for how many days, how many months? Eventually, you come to a stage wherein you forget about the salary part. You are more concerned about the type of work that is given to you, the type of working atmosphere that is given to you. And that has started impacting the quality of job that you are doing for that organization. So when you talk about well-being, as I said, it is not about your financial well-being only. The way your well-being starts with your physical health and your physical well-being. After physical well-being, your well-being is related to your mental and emotional well-being. And third, your financial and material well-being. Only financial and material well-being is not enough. It may not give you the satisfaction that you're looking for. If it is giving that satisfaction, believe me, that will be temporary. It's not the permanent level of satisfaction. So, since we have now talked about what well-being is all about and how your well-being impacts the quality of your work, let's also look into another very important aspect which has got a direct relationship with the level of well-being that you achieve at your work. This particular aspect is known as workplace stress. Somebody said that stress is good, and I do believe that yes, stress is good for your career. Only the question is, what is the unit? What is the degree of that stress? And the question is, in what situation you feel there's a stress? Let's take a scenario. It is month end, so you have been given a target for the month as a salesperson. So end of the month, you are feeling that stress. And because of that stress, it has started impacting your performance. So thereby, when we are talking about the subject of well-being, it is very important that we also understand this concept of stress, which normally is caused by multiple factors. Some of those factors could be your excessive workload. You have to do so much of work, which is causing the level of stress. You might have to do certain work which you have not yet mastered. You don't have the skill of doing the work, and that may cause into the stress. Uh, it might also be a situation wherein you are facing a change in your organization. It might also be caused by a conflict of interest. You are doing a job which you don't at all like, and thereby it is causing some sort of stress. And that stress is impacting your well being, and that well being is impacting your performance, thereby impacting your growth in your career in the organization. So now that we have looked into this aspect of uh, well being, what it is, why it is important, how it impacts our career progression, let us jump into the three ways that I have chosen for you, using which you can improve your personal well being, and in turn, that can help you grow in your career. So, when we talk about ways to achieve well being, there are so many different ways. And out of all those ways, I picked up three ways using which you can achieve personal and individual well being, and that in turn will help you achieving career progression, career growth. Now, the first thing first, in terms of the things that you can do in achieving personal well being, the first thing that comes is understanding the trigger which causes a mental stress at your workplace. You understand it better. So, something which is known, you'll be better prepared to handle it. And that's the reason many a times we ask somebody that what is lying in my future, right? So many people are interested to know their future. Why exactly? Because if you know the future, you can prepare to handle that future, that unforeseen future. The same thing applies here. First of all, you need to understand the trigger which causes that level of stress, which impacts your well-being. As I said previously, one of the trigger could be it's a month end. Every month end, it increases the level of stress because you need to achieve the sales target. Or every time you have to go up to the management and present something, that day the level of stress goes up. You need to prepare a report, stress level goes up. So try to understand these trigger points which impacts the level of stress level goes up, and thereby it impacts your well-being. Before doing anything else, you need to know these triggers. Once you know the triggers, you'll be better prepared to handle that stress creating event. Number two, now that you know the events which creates a stress and impacts your mental well-being, you need to create and follow a daily routine to improve your physical and mental well-being. Not one day, not 2 days, but a daily routine. This routine can be related to your physical health. For example, walking, running, physical exercise, yoga. It can be anything related to your physical health. And at the same time, also your mental health. For example, spending some time with yourself, spending some time with your near and dear ones, people whom you love, doing some sort of meditation, doing some sort of breathing exercise. Create that daily routine and try to follow the daily routine on a regular basis, because you don't want well-being for only one day, isn't it so? You want well-being to be maintained on a regular basis. If so, please work on your physical and mental well-being by creating a daily routine. Don't create a routine which you cannot follow. Create a routine which is achievable, which is doable on a daily basis, and follow that routine regularly. So that's number two. Number three, I call it insurance. Why people go for insurance? Let me talk about the generic insurance, right? You are aware of why people go for insurance. financial insurance, medical insurance. People go for insurance because they want to secure their future, secure their unforeseen future. Isn't it the future which causes the maximum amount of stress for us? Every time we are stressed about what's going to happen tomorrow in my life. If this thing happens tomorrow, what will happen to me? What will happen to my family? What will happen to my near and dear ones? And that unforeseen circumstances starts creating that level of stress in our mind. This is so funny, but this is so true. People are not so much concerned about today, this moment, but they are so concerned about tomorrow. And that's the reason we go for doing your health insurance or life insurance, etc., etc. But at your workplace also, you need to do some sort of insurance. Okay, what is that insurance all about? This insurance, the way you can do at your professional level insurance, is by developing your skill sets continuously. In your professional life, when you think about your future, things that make you scared could be a situation that what will happen if I'm no longer wanted in the organization? What will happen if my job becomes redundant? What will happen if my company is sold to another company, which you don't know today what's going to happen tomorrow? One thing that you can do, you can get worried about this kind of thoughts and diminish the level of your mental and emotional well-being. Or the second thing that you can do, you can better prepare yourself. And one of the best way of preparing yourself is to develop your skill sets. Don't depend on only one skill which is giving you the job today. If you have multiple skill sets, tomorrow when the current job has become redundant in the same organization, you may be chosen for another opportunity because you have got that skill. And if not in this organization, at least in another organization, you'll get that opportunity. Isn't it so? So that's why the third method of dealing with well-being and achieving well-being, I call it insurance, professional insurance. And that you can achieve by developing your skill sets. So once again, the three things that we talked about, the three ways that we talked about. Number one, we talked about you should understand the trigger which causes your mental and emotional stress. The second thing we talked about is you need to follow a daily routine for achieving physical and mental well-being. And the third thing we talked about is to get a professional insurance done by adding new skill sets in your already existing skill sets. If you do that, I'm sure that you'll be able to deal with your personal well-being better. Well, having said that, you know that in real life situation, there can be things which may suddenly come to you for which you are not prepared. But compared to somebody else who has not done anything versus you who have at least followed these three steps, I can guarantee that you'll be better prepared to face that unforeseen situation. So my all the best to all of you to achieve your personal and individual well-being and thereby achieve success in your career. So soon after completion of this session, I'll be sharing a few questions which you can answer to check your level of personal well-being at your workplace. So look at these questions, try to think about the answer for yourself, not for somebody else, and check the level of your well-being. Well, I see somebody is live. Naved. Hi, Naved. Nice seeing you live. Thanks for connecting live. And I hope this session you found something important, something useful, which you can utilize for your career, for your professional life. So I would be looking forward to your comments, whomsoever is watching me live or whomsoever will be watching this video as a recorded version. Please share a few lines. What do you think about it? You can also share a certain topic that you want me to talk about in the forthcoming live sessions. Till next Sunday when we meet again live, I wish you all the best. Take care of your health, both physical and mental, and work on your personal well being. Thank you. Good night.